So I'm going to Home Depot. Have to pick up some bolts to finish securing the bed frame to the van, just to make it super sturdy. Do a lot of insulation because my dad is going to be putting in a kitchen counter that's going to go right behind here, and I don't want to put it in his way. And I'll explain this more, but we're doing things a little backwards compared to what a lot of people do. We're doing a lot of the framing first to make things super secure so that we can just frame things right into the metal of the van. Home Depot is probably going to be really busy because it's a Saturday. I'm actually officially behind schedule because I was supposed to be done today on the whole van. I'm about, I would say, 3 weeks behind schedule, but we had a lot of rain. So I think hopefully I can get it done the next 2 weeks. Once things go up, it's gonna just be painting, and it's a small van, so I think it'll be fine. Just got out of Home Depot. I am very hot because it took a lot to get the 2 massive 4x8 boards of insulation into the van, especially with the bed frame already in there. But luckily a very kind stranger saw me working it through in my head and came and helped me. I couldn't actually get it through the back door, so we had to do it through the side door. He asked me if I was going to make it into a camper, and I said yes. He said cool. Now I'm running to Target, which is just right next door, so I'm just moving the van. But I'm gonna see if I can find some more of the curtains that I got. I measured out not measured, I just strung up or held up the main size that I've been getting to make the other littler curtains, and it is not wide enough, so I'm gonna have to get 2 or see if, because they only sell them in packs of one panel, which is annoying, but I'm gonna see if they do have the same length but maybe smaller width in a pair, or I'll just have to get 2 of that 65 length. But yeah, errand number 2. I'm really getting used to parking this big thing. I'll just walk and pull it up. Just wanted to show you how massive those sheets of insulation are. So yeah, it just takes up the whole thing, so it's so difficult to, it actually couldn't fit through that back door since the, what's it called? The bed frame was in the way. So I got back a few hours ago, probably around noon, after running my errands, and today I've just been kind of finishing up putting in the sound deadening material. So all this, there we go, the silver stuff. This I put in a little while ago, but today I was working on the walls, and I think I'm pretty much done with the walls. I just want to finish up the floors there. So that is going to be done though after we do basically everything else. We'll do the floor completely last. So yeah, today I was doing all of this, cutting all these pieces. I have one spot I need to do on the floor right there still, but I just used, I got a new one actually right here. So you use this Goo Gone first to get off all the adhesive. So I bought this new bottle to put on all of that main floor area there. That first one I used for this area and the walls to get, and actually the ceilings too, to get all the insulation off. I think I have a video of that from a few days ago, or maybe like a week ago, but yeah, so I got basically most of the walls up. I don't think I'm going to do in there on that wall because there's all this stuff in the way. And it's mostly just back here by the wheels that tends to get really noisy, and I've already noticed a difference just having the wheel wells covered. Yeah, so it's been a mostly successful day. I feel like I've mostly just ran errands, although kind of unsuccessful one because we are using these 4-inch 3/8 bolts to connect these. So we drilled a hole to kind of completely connect it to the framing. And I got this snazzy little set, but even though it says 3/8, the nuts will not fit on this, and I don't know why. And this is the second time that me and my dad have struggled with finding a nut to fit a bolt. We went to Ace Hardware and tried all of these other 4-inch bolts with certain nuts, didn't work. And so when I went to Home Depot, figured, you know, it says 3/8. I know for sure I got that in the right spot because I had to go back because I noticed one of the bolts was just about 1/2 inch bigger, and because one of the next door bolts rolled over into the ones that I wanted. So there's the second one right there. But yeah, because it's also gonna go right there. Here's my water bottle. Been drinking a lot of water today because it's very toasty, starting to finally cool off a little bit. But yeah, a little bit of progress. Like I think I said earlier when I was in the in the van driving to do errands, we've done things a little bit differently. So we've done all this framing here for the bed so that it can just be bolted straight into the van. Yeah, I think you can see right there. So here there's another couple spots, and those spots by the wheels, just to make it extra sturdy so it's not going to slide around or become unattached in any way. So I'm kind of working around this. It's been kind of annoying, which I see why people would do the insulation first, but it's just definitely, I think, going to be a little sturdier. And we're kind of doing the same thing with the kitchen. I think not tomorrow, because that's when we're doing all the other stuff with my dad. The insulation I'll start working on, because I did buy that today, which I took you along with. I didn't take you inside Home Depot yet because I'm still not fully ready to vlog or talk to my phone in public. So even in front of my dad, I've only really been talking to you like this, just you and me. Yeah, so the insulation I'm gonna do myself next week. Maybe my dad will help me on Monday. I'm not sure what. I think he has stuff to do on Monday. And then if not, then I'll just do it. I just have to saw up pieces. It's gonna be pretty messy, I believe, because it's all foam. But yeah.
Give me the instruction book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, video. You want to say anything?
Installing the fan is basically complete. Just adding the caulking to on top of the screws to make sure it's all sealed.
Is it hot up there?
Yes.
Good thing they put that ladder on first, huh?
Yep. Well, that's good. That was all my genius. So.
What's that?
That was my genius idea.
Yeah.
We've got the fan in. We're just taking a little break. Eat and enjoy some iced tea, but I have been working on cleaning up this little lining piece while my dad's been cutting wood for actually what I'm sitting on right here. So that is down. That is going to be a little kind of co-pilot seat for Shasta while I'm driving, especially when she gets bigger, so that her dog bed can range all the way from like the actual seat over here, and I can buckle her in so if anything happens she's not going to go flying if she was just like be lying on the couch or something. And maybe tomorrow we might do the kitchenette framing. But after my dad gets back from his lunch break, we're gonna work on lining the whole van with this little stuff. But basically, it's kind of just a little piece. This will sit. I don't know if he's gonna do it there or there, but either way, so that we can get the all the wood in for the walls. That's what's gonna be going there. Finished. I think I need to start counting by weeks, not days anymore. I was watching those videos from when I first started, and I was counting by days, not anticipating that I would get lazy or bored and wouldn't really do much on a certain day. Today was a full day though, if you can tell by my pink skin, and nice little shoulder sunburn on both sides. Let's not go. Let's try this way. I don't know if you can see in the mirror. Yeah. There. So I was just at the local brewery that I love with one of my friends, Kristen. And at the end of it, I was just saying, hey girl, do you want to see my van? And I was just showing her through the back with the progress that we've had so far with the bed frame and all that. And as I was saying bye to her, giving her a hug, someone actually was pulling into the parking lot, and he hollered, hey, love your van. And he actually gave me the sticker. It says Beer Run on it. And I was like, do you want to see it? And so we kind of talked a little bit about it. He's been working on his van for a few years. And this is actually his buddy. It's not even his sticker. I think he's just kind of trying to promote his friend's brand. I'm going to look it up. Apparently it's on Instagram, Beer Run. But yeah, it's a hot rod looking van. And this is actually going to be my own first sticker. But it's kind of funny. I've not actually been living in the van. I've just been working on it and driving around a little bit, but I haven't been like going out with, because I mean this is my primary vehicle, but I've already kind of, I think there's like fly in my eyelashes. Ugh. I'm basically already meeting people through this, which I think is great. And actually at the brewery, me and my friend were this couple guys who do cornhole across from where the brewery is. We were talking, and I think we were just talking about what we did, and I was saying I'm unemployed and mentioned that I'm finishing up my van, I'm wanting to travel, and so we started talking, but it's just kind of funny that I'm already, when I'm traveling alone internationally, you get that like relationship where people, especially when you're alone, they just chat you up and they just want to know about you, and being like, why are you alone? You're at this kind of social place. And when I was in Australia, I met all these people because I was alone and I was only in a place for 2 to 3 days, maybe 4 at the max. I think I was in Perth for 4 days, but I wasn't there long enough to make friends to go to these places with me. And it's also easier just to go to a place that you want to go to without having to plan around another person. But that's already kind of starting right now, and I haven't even hit the road yet, and that's something I did like. I'm kind of a homebody, alone-ish person, so I have my close friends that I can confide in if I need to, but for the most part, I'm definitely, like, I like being alone, I like doing my own thing, but when I go out, it's kind of nice to socialize, and it was funny, like, even being with someone else, people were kind of just talking to us because you just kind of want to act open, not like you're trying to meet a special someone, but So yeah, I was talking to this guy for a little bit, and it was kind of reinforced, I guess, what I'm doing, but also made me not feel so bad for being kind of behind with what I pictured in my mind to being where I'm at. I thought, like I said, at this point I'd be done with the build, but because of the rain, it was like 2 weeks of hard rain. You can't do insulation when it's raining because it's gonna get the insulation wet. We don't have a covered garage. Like, this is the van. This is our house. That's my door. There's no covering. The other place we were at, potentially could be up there. There's another place like down the road there, but there's no covering. But so yeah, him having worked on his van, I think he said he has like I don't think it was Westfalia, but I think he said Volkswagen. But yeah, I'm excited to have my first sticker. That was kind of the moral of the story. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on the van right now. Beer Run is what it is, but funny enough that I met him right after being at my favorite brewery. I love the colors of this too. Orange. It's one of my favorite colors, but this sticker started on the van. And there was one other one, but I couldn't read what it said. It was on the front bumper, but I definitely want to I think it'd be fun to do kind of block the numbers, and I'll blur that too, but I think it'd be fun to do bumper stickers over the whole back and maybe slowly working my way up. And I'd like to get a little decal saying follow Sand, Sun, Saltwater on Instagram and YouTube. But yeah, so let's put our inaugural sticker as the Hulk under my ownership of this van. Looks like it's a kind of typical vinyl sticker, so even though I have my glasses on it, I think it's gonna be a little difficult to... Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, sticker number 1. Going right next to Keep Tahoe Blue. I'd say that fits pretty well there. You can't really tell because you're so far away. There it is on Hulk's nice little bootay. Keep Tahoe Blue and Beer Run. Oh, let's get the brightness up a little bit. There we go. So I got a bit of an early start today, cutting some insulation. It's a mess in here, but it's been getting really hot in the middle of the day. I think today might be a little cooler, but let me show you what I've gotten done so far. So I've done inside here, because I haven't done the sound deadening and that top part, I have not put more insulation in there. I also need to put some in there, but I have to re-clean everything because it got all dirty from my dad doing the lining for the frame. But I've gotten basically that wall done. I got it in there a little bit, and then I'll kind of start doing this side too, but I actually am cutting that corner over there. After I cut it out, I'll show you what I am doing. I was watching Casey Roman's channel when she was doing her build, and she said that the best way, or at least what she kind of figured out and realized, is that all of the van people, for most of the YouTubers, you see them putting the reflective side on the outside, or on the facing in, but because they are in such cold areas, it is trying to keep the heat in. But with being in a more hot climate, or planning on more traveling places in the summer and spring, and having this side facing out, so that this white part's in, it's going to keep the heat out. So that's why everywhere else it is also on the outside. So let's put this in and angle you a little better. Alright, so then you wait for that to get tacky. Usually maybe 10 to 15 seconds is how long that takes to start getting a little sticky. Alright, so yeah, I usually hold on to that for a little while. It's not super curved right there, but I can hear that the adhesive's starting to come loose. So I'm going to hold that for a little bit longer. It does take a little while, but the curved areas right here, this part was really, oh, yeah, this is actually not, I don't know if I can actually, I mean, unless I really hold on to it, which I'm not really wanting to do. It is sticking pretty well, and then I'm gonna take the Great Stuff spray foam and get in all of these pieces and up here. But yeah, this curve I think is just not, it's stuck on the bottom and on the top. It's just that center part. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you hear that. Yeah, so it's coming loose, but honestly, unless the whole thing pops off and I can like reattach it, it's gonna go behind a wall. I'm really not that concerned with, oh, lighting's weird. But yeah, I'm not that concerned with that area right there popping completely off. I really don't think that's gonna happen, so. Alright, so today I have done, so far it's only 11:30, but I've done all up there. And then these two were kind of difficult. I thought I heard it snap, like the glue was coming undone, but I think it's okay. I've been standing up there for like 5 minutes and it's so hot. And I think because I can reach in there, I'm gonna do some of that after lunch. I could probably do pieces of this, but it's just so long that my brother is gonna have to help me. And then maybe once I do in there, I will start adding spray foam in all the cracks. But yeah, it's nice and toasty, but luckily it's not as hot as a couple days ago. It was like 92 or something like that. And it's gonna be like 95 next Wednesday, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done, at least the parts that will potentially help me keep slightly cooler in here. And I don't know if it's just me, but it does feel a little cooler in there, but I'm also standing outside, so yeah. And this is the aftermath of 2 days of installation. Those are all that's left for now. I'm gonna have to go back and get another board for the main floor. But looks like it snowed in here. All right, so this is where we are at. I think I'm gonna keep adding a little bit of spray foam. I just ran out because I need to finish up in those cracks, finish up that. But yeah, you can see it's, for most of this, I need to kind of layer up in some of these corners, like up there. Yeah, I don't know if I put that little sunshade that I got on Amazon yesterday on there like halfway through the day, and it is definitely making a difference, but I don't know if it's that or just having all this insulation now on the ceiling because it would just bake in here when it got hot. Yeah, it's under the bed right there. And yeah, we're gonna wait to do the floors once we get the framing for the kitchenette done, and the floors are definitely gonna be the last thing. Well, bed is gonna, this like slat system will be the last because we're gonna have to adjust the height of these, of the legs that are gonna go there and then slide out. It's probably gonna be like 1.5 inches taller than what the floor is, or maybe 2 inches because these are 2x4s. I'm gonna try to, there we go. Have it be the height of this, or maybe just like a little bit taller because I do want to put some flat wood just over this because I don't want to be putting my storage compartments on the insulation. So, successful day, I'd say.